Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel and podcast. Talking Ravens all day, everything. Joe Justin P. Episode 42 for the YouTube channel and for the audio version, season 1, episode 36. All the links are in the description right there. We're back. You know, as I was saying, episode 42. All the links are in the description for all other platforms. Today, got my guy back on here and the Roug Podcast now. Online gatekeepers. I guess he switched it up a little bit, but all his links will be in the description at the bottom. Join the Discord. I'm sorry, and the Patreon. Sorry for the difficulties. I'm getting going live with the. I appreciate y'all and Hendo's.
You breaking up. Like you frozen and you breaking up.
You can hear me?
Yeah, off and on, but it's like it's real choppy. Are you in the same room as your modem? If you're in the same room as your modem, make sure that the cord is screwed all the way in. Make sure it's real tight because sometimes that can cause lag and cause these breakups. Ooh. You're frozen. Like completely frozen. At first I could hear you a little bit. I can't really hear you now. So I guess we'll wait till Justin comes back. Hopefully we get these technical difficulties under control and talk a little bit of Ravens talk because of the big news that happened yesterday, what it means going forward, a little bit of the draft preview. I guess on his side, I'm not a draft person too much, but we'll get it moving. Okay. I guess we'll sit back, listen to some smooth sounds until Justin comes back and we get anything situated. Give him a minute.
Doing this shit on my phone, bro. That's ridiculous. You still there, Hendo?
Yeah, I'm here.
Damn. Oh, wow. Okay, all right, yeah. Go ahead, Hendo. Finish what you were saying. Sorry, everybody. I don't know what's going on. I got everything hooked up. I turned some stuff off the phone. I was better off doing this off the phone.
It takes a little getting used to.
Yeah.
I know on my other laptop, I had the same problems. Like it would freeze. I couldn't get it through. OBS wasn't working, but sometimes you got to play with the settings. And also, like I said, if you're in the same room with your modem, make sure that the line is tight to it because it causes lag sometimes or signal bleed if the lines aren't tight on there. Just I mean everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
People don't normally know that.
But
Nah, you still frozen.
the, the line that
So the coaxial cable cord that's going into the modem, make sure it's screwed all the way in and
in
down
the
tight
wall, right?
in the wall and in the modem. So it's either white or black cord
So
going into your modem.
my phone.
I didn't catch none of that. Like you are frozen. I guess I meant to text you. Now on your laptop, are you still on Wi-Fi or is it showing up hardwired? Because if you left the Wi-Fi on, you still may be on there.
Okay, let me go try. Yeah, you said. Yeah, I'm here, Hendo. I'm on my phone now.
Oh yeah, you straight now.
Yeah, I don't get it how it work better on the phone than it does on the computer. Like, I'm lost.
It depends on the sometimes the strength of the computer, how much memory you have, if something's holding back. Like I would have to look at your computer or somebody. Is it a brand new laptop?
Yeah, brand new. I got it fresh out the thing, out the box. You seen the model? Didn't I send you the picture?
Yeah, yeah. Because you were getting good enough speeds, but yeah, that's weird.
All right, man. So shit. You want to just reschedule? Because I know you got a dip, so you want to just reschedule?
No, let's just. I got a little time to run through this. It ain't gonna take that long. Let's just
Uh,
run through it.
all right. Yeah, damn. I'm gonna have to. I had my mock drafts like on here, so I don't. I'm trying to figure out. I might have to leave out and get them out the thing.
So I
Well, you
mean,
can go
what you
and
want?
start. You can go and start first. So we're gonna do our mock drafts, everybody. So I'll let Hindu go first.
All right, so my mock draft. I'm not a draft guru. I used to be into the drafts, but for some reason this year I really wasn't feeling it. But for my mock draft, in the first round, I got Jackson Smith and Jigba, wide receiver,
Uh-huh.
Ohio State. I know a lot of people are going to sit back and say, well, we just signed Odell Beckham Jr. yesterday. Why do we need a wide receiver? My question to you all is, why do we sign cornerbacks but still draft cornerbacks?
Facts.
Why is it always one way for one thing, but then it's something else for another? Plus, Odell signed a 1 year deal. That's the part that kind of gives me pause because if he is only signing here for the money and to showcase his skills, he's gone next year. And we're going to be right back in the same situation looking for a wide receiver. So then why not get somebody in the first round that we know is a number one, that we know can get open, that can learn from Odell before he leaves and actually lead this team into the future? Second round pick, I appease the masses. I went I went cornerback because it's not a Ravens draft if we don't draft a cornerback. So
Agreed.
I went and got Clark Phillips III, cornerback from Utah.
Okay.
I think he's a little more technically sound than Brandon Stevens.
I agree.
So I just think we need to. And in part, listen, I don't want to dog Brandon Stevens. I just think the Ravens need to put him in a position where they're going to keep him. Are you going to put him at safety? Or are you going to put him at corner? Let him play that one position and learn it. because he was raw coming out of college. Um, Fourth round, I got wide receiver Rashee Rice out of SMU. Can't have too many. You can't have enough wide receivers in my book. Like I
No,
know
you can't.
people. I know people think we're set with Aguilar, Bateman, Odell. But my question is, what if Bateman and Odell get hurt? We're in the
Yeah.
same situation that we in last year. So I say we double down because every draft we double down on one position. Whatever position we normally get in the first round, we normally get with our third pick. So we're double down on that. Fifth round, I went and had them get Dorian Thompson Robinson, quarterback from UCLA. Like it or not, we don't know the situation going on with Lamar. I know everybody thinks that yesterday was a day to celebrate because it means Lamar's coming back because he and Odell party. Even if Lamar comes back, it could be just a 1 year event. We don't know if it's long term. If Lamar leaves, why not get a rookie in here that can kind of learn the ropes a little bit just in case things go south next year and maybe take over in the future. Not saying that he'll be ready year two, but it gives us an opportunity because we don't know what's going on with Tyler Huntley. Somebody can give Tyler Huntley a $5 million contract and sign him away. We
Yeah.
don't have the money right now to it. So technically, we only have one quarterback on the roster. This is the one thing that I think a lot of the fans don't really pay attention to. Lamar's not on our team. Huntley's not on our team. They have not signed their tenders. So they are not a part of this 53-man roster as of right now. So why not go out and get people that you know are going to be here and that you can develop? Um, Sixth round, I took Jackson Kirkland, the guard from Washington. I
Okay.
think, he's a big boy, 6'7", 320 pounds. I think we need some kind of reassurances at guard because we don't know what's going to happen with Ben Cleveland. We need that replacement for Ben Powers. I just think we need somebody in there we can kind of develop because it's a lot of uncertainty on the offensive line. I know a lot of people think that this offensive line is a lot better than it was because PFF said that we had the top 5 offensive line. If you actually watch the games, it was not the case. So, we bring, the Ravens are a height, weight, speed team. So you get a big dude in there and hopefully he can compete.
Yeah. Those are some good mock drafts, man. Those were really good. Me. Oh, I'm gonna somebody leave out for a second and look at my little sheet I got. So if y'all don't see me on the screen, y'all know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go to. On this one mock, I traded down with what was it KC? I think it was Philly and got a next year second. I took Quentin Johnston right there at 30. I'm going to see, and I took Jalen Jones. I think I want to say pick 80, 86, the corner out of Texas A&M, 6'2", big physical corner. I'm about to see what I took the other picks. Hold on one second. And the 124, I took Emil Core Jr., guard out of Alabama, to replace Ben Powers. Him and Ben Cleveland probably going to compete for that spot. And
Mhm.
at 157, hold on, 157, I took on a Daniel Takedown, wide receiver out of Houston. Everybody talk about his size, but Hollywood was small like that, and they made plays each year. His numbers
True.
got better. And you put him in a situation right here with Todd Monken, I think he'll succeed because he'll be the third or fourth receiver. He won't have to immediately contribute. And then 199, I took running back Cameron Peoples out of was Appalachian State. Man, he had over 1,000 yards, big physical runner. It's like I said, Gus. Who knows how long he's going to be here? And plus, if somebody get hurt, now you got another guy. Where's though Justice Hill? I know we resigned him, but is he a guy you trust to give him 15 carries in a ball game? Like with his fumbling history. So I don't know. It's just it's just up in the air with him. And I did have one more too. I wanted. This other one I traded back to like 46 and acquired a whole bunch of picks. I took Jalen Hyde, wide receiver out of Tennessee. I just we got to fill out the roster because 5 draft picks are not going to be enough. 63 I took Julius Brents, the cornerback of the Kansas State, 6'3", 6'4" guy. He's on a visit today here with the Ravens actually. So how ironic that is. And then number 71, I took Isaiah Forsky, edge rusher out of Notre Dame. Like I said, Daffy Oway.
Hmm.
And Jabo, they're going to probably be off starters with Tyus Bowser rotating. So we need one more guy because right now we only got 3 edge rushers on the roster. And we all see the first 2-3 weeks in the season they're going to get tired. So you got to have some more depth right there. So I got Isaiah Forsky at 71. 76, I went wide receiver again. Cedric Tillman, his teammate. We took him at 46, so why not double down and get his running mate. They both know how to feed out each other. I think he had over. I think both of them had over 1,000 yards. If I'm not mistaken. 7 touchdowns. He's 6'1", 6'2". He can stretch the field and he can go across the middle. So that was the pick right there. 76. 89. I took Luke Whippler, guard out of Ohio State. To come plug in for Ben Powers right there. So the way Ben Cleveland just won't be handed a job. And 95, I took Eli Ricks, corner out of Alabama, 6'1", 6'2". You know, he, we like them Alabama corners. We already got Jalen Allen Davis and Marlon Humphrey. Then we had Anthony Everett, the nose tackle. So, we get another one right here. But this guy actually can play for sure. So, he can be that guy to fight for that second cornerback spot with him and Julius Prince. Plus the way how the league is now, you can never have too many corners. Like you just say, you can never have too many receivers. You can never have too many corners.
Right.
124 took Dwayne McBride, running back out of UAB. He just came here on a visit, him and Quentin Johnston, I think, last week. So, like I said, Justice Hill, I know he's there, but he's not a guy I feel comfortable with. If JK or Gus go down there, he can run between the tackles and not fumble the football. Like, he's a good special teamer, and that's why he's still here. But we still need another running back, in my opinion. So I took Dwayne McBride right there. Okay, 157. Raheem Jarrett, receiver out of Maryland. He played right up the street. So, the last time we took a receiver out of Maryland, he did fairly good. Helped us win a Super Bowl. So I think we need to go back there again. Like we passed on Stephon Diggs when he came up. We passed on DJ Moore. Which were big misses on us. So we go back to College Park again to get Raheem Jarrett, man. That kid can go up, attack the football, man. He had, he had Tua's brother looking real good out that time. So, us 157, we get a local kid help out with a receiver. 172, I took Jared Hall, quarterback out of BYU, because he's mobile. Got a okay. Just like you said when you took the quarterback Dorian Thompson, just like uncertainty with Lamar and Tyler Huntley right now. So you get a guy in there that's mobile and that can learn some things, and and he'll be dirt cheap. In case Lamar get a deal he can't refuse and say, "No, I'm not coming back to Baltimore." At least he'll have some weapons with Odell Beckham, Cedric Tillman, Jalen Hyde, and all those other guys like that. So he wouldn't be asked to do much.
Mm-hmm.
And right here was Patrick Queen replacement that I took. Cam Jones, linebacker out of Indiana. Three down linebacker can blitz. 6'2". I think he's like 235. So got pretty good size. Me personally, I think we should trade Patrick Queen and get a second or a third because, like I said, you can
We're not
always
getting a
find
second.
an off-ball linebacker that can
We're
jump
not
over
getting a
the
second for
middle.
Queen.
He said, "Not gonna do it."
No, no, we're not getting. We're not getting a second for Queen.
I can't even.
We're not getting a second. We're not getting a second round pick for Queen.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah. So I took Cam Jones right there, and at 217, I took Kentrell Clark, cornerback out of Louisville, like 5'11", 195. To add more depth to that secondary. You have never too many corners. It's a passing league. And then at 249, I took edge rusher Robert Bill Jr. out of Georgia. So don't know a lot about him, but if you play on defense and won a national championships, obviously, you can bring something to a table, if not be just a rotational guy for the first year anyway. All right. Let's talk about some late round sleepers that everybody not, focusing on, just regardless of position, it could be offensive line, defensive line, just anybody that like, all right, this kid can help us here if we take him in the later rounds.
Um, what is it? DeMarvion Overshawn, inside linebacker, Texas. Um, he played safety when he first came to college, so he has a little bit of coverage skills. I think that he can actually come in and yeah, I hear you. Oh, you can't hear me? I can hear me. Let me see.
Hold on, I'm gonna leave out and come back in.
Can you hear me now?
All right, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Bet, bet,
Yeah.
bet.
Sorry
Ah,
about that. There's been a lot going on with
you good.
technical, but go ahead.
Inside linebacker DeMarvion Overshawn, inside linebacker from Texas. Like I
Okay,
said, he started college as a safety, so he has some coverage skills. I think he could be possibly a suitable replacement if we traded Patrick Queen.
I agree. I agree. I totally agree with that. So just him, nobody else.
Um, Possibly Jaden Reed, wide receiver, Michigan State.
I
If
like it.
if if we pass on, if we do the Raven thing and get a cornerback in the first round and do something else, possibly get an edge in the third, he may be a sleeper late round pick that we can actually plug and play. He can play the slot. He's what 5'11", but I think he has spent time playing outside, so he wouldn't be intimidated going out there, maybe making some catches. Maybe he can be what we thought Tylen Wallace was.
Right. I agree. Okay. So, I mean, you can list as many as you want. You
I
don't
know
care.
that's about it for me. Like I said, I'm not a real big draft person right now, not this year.
Okay, me, Dwayne McBride, the running back, he's definitely a sleeper. Like I said, this kid, 7.9 yards to carry, basically 8 yards to carry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I said, Justice Hill's okay, but he's not a guy that I feel comfortable with as a running back. You know, he'll make a good play, then turn around, fumble the ball, drop a pass, or miss a key block that gets somebody hurt. So we still need somebody to add in that wide receiver, Xavier Hutchinson out of Minnesota. The guy can man 6'2", 6'3", man. He ran 4.44, so he has decent speed. He had he had 1,000 yards this year,
Mm-hmm.
average 12 yards to catch, so he can move the sticks. So that's definitely got my eye on him. And then another receiver as well, Bryce Ford Wheaton out of West Virginia. He ran a 4.3. He went 4.36. So he's gonna climb up probably to like third and second round tier. But I definitely like his game a lot too. The West Virginia quarterback play was horrible. So he still. And then offensive line, I'm gonna go Jared Patterson, guard out of Notre Dame. He's can move. He can pick up blitzes and stuff like that. Very smart. He's a center, but he's going to play guard on the next level. So we can get him in here and have him compete with Ben Cleveland for that guard spot. I think it'll be good, healthy competition because, like I said, Ben Powers outplayed his contract. That's why he's in Denver getting the bag. Another guy, Bryce Young, defensive tackle out of Alabama. Like I said, no Calais Campbell. So you plug another guy right there that got a motor. Like I said, our inside interior pass rush has to be a lot better because if quarterbacks are stepping up in the pocket, it doesn't matter who's coming off the edge. Like
Right.
like with Pittsburgh, they got pressure from inside and outside because Cam Hayward and those guys up there, they're making quarterbacks not step up comfortably So now T.J. Watt and Highsmith and those guys can get around the corner and make plays. So you definitely need some better inside pressure. I think Byron Young brings that. Uh, let's see. I'm gonna go corner Julius Brents. Like I said, big corner, 6'3". He get his hands on the line of scrimmage. That's it. That's all she wrote. So so that's about it right there. Honestly, just do it. So, all right, next part of our show. All right, this whole Lamar situation is EDC fails to reach a deal with Lamar, has to end up trading him. How you think that will affect his life?
Yeah, listen, it depends on who you ask. We have a divided fan base. We have that fan base that thinks that EDC can do no wrong. Like earlier you said, how we don't have enough draft picks in this draft this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that got me thinking, why don't we have enough draft picks? Over the past 4 years, we've had 38 draft picks. What other team has had 38 draft picks in 4 drafts? You can only keep so many people. So
Yeah.
why do we constantly have to overdraft just to release players? You know what I'm saying? Then you have that sector that thinks that EDC can't do nothing right. I think EDC can trade. Like he's made good trades. So I think as far as what's going on with Lamar and his legacy, I think I have an indifference to it because to me, when if Lamar leaves, it has nothing to do with EDC. I believe in my heart of heart that EDC wants to sign him at all costs, but Bashadi ain't having it. Bashadi, like I know what you want to do, but I ain't letting you spend all this money because if you look at the contract talks with Odell, all you kept reading was Bashadi, Bashadi, Bashadi. He was talking to him. He was hanging out with him. You know what I'm saying? He was letting him know what's going on. I don't hear Bashadi doing that with Lamar. And this is the guy that has produced for your franchise for 5 years. So I think as far as EDC's legacy, in certain circles, he's going to get blamed if Lamar is to move on. But to me, it's not his fault. He has limited control over this organization. And that comes to even drafting because it's Bashadi, then it's Harbaugh, then it's him. So for the people that know, it's just bad breaks. Like you waited 20 years to be the general manager of a franchise that does not give you full autonomy over what's going on. And you're gonna get all the blame for all the ills that happen to this franchise going forward.
Oh yeah, excuse me. I totally agree. Like I said, he can't. It's not
What's
his
up,
money.
guy?
Yeah, it's not his money, so he can't say, "Hey, Lamar, here's what 5 years, 245 million guaranteed." Like he can't do that. That's up to Steve Bashad. So,
Mhm.
like Jimmy Haslam said, by all costs, I can't keep making Mayfield. So I got to do what I got to do to get Deshaun Watson. So it's just Steve Bashad was the first one against that contract. So you already know he's not going to probably budge because he said, "Hey, you can go ahead and get somebody else. If we stink for the next couple of years, so be it." Like, so we'll just draft another quarterback in the top five. It's just a rotten situation. Lamar probably can done some things better in his negotiation, and so
What?
could
Like what?
I. Probably get a legit legal. And I get no. And let me clear this up. If I say this, I know players make deals with GMs and owners all the time about agent, quote unquote. But as a quarterback, I think you should have an agent because that's the top spot. And then you want to go ahead and have somebody that really can take the harsh criticism, like because you gotta think Rashad Evans gonna be like, hey, you're not Joe Bell, hey, you're not Josh Allen, hey, Jalen Hurts just took his team to the Super Bowl, what have you done for us in the postseason? They might try to use that as a defense mechanism why he shouldn't get paid as like as a player with the Allen and stuff like
Right. And so I'm gonna say I disagree with you on this
that. Okay.
because my thing is this: I, as a player, want you to tell me how you really feel about me. I don't want you telling my agent one thing and him lying to me, sugarcoating it. You good? You come to me, my playoff record. I haven't taken this. I'm not this. I'm not that. Bet it's not. It's no. As we see now going forward, or the past couple of weeks, the Ravens have been the emotional ones. Lamar's chilling. So while you tell me how you feel about me, now let me tell you how I feel about you. You went and got an offensive coordinator that you kept for at least 2 years too long. You never brought any offensive weapons into this organization to help me win. I have been your leading passer and leading rusher since I became the starting quarterback of this team. So when you tell me what's wrong with me, let me tell you what's wrong with you. It goes both ways. So I don't need an agent to tell me that. And Lamar, and a lot of people want to say that Lamar is not having an agent because he's trying to save 2 to 3%. That's not why he's doing it. And him being at the quarterback position, theoretically, his market is already set. Now they can say Russell Wilson, they can say Kyler Murray, but I'm better than Deshaun Watson, and I'm the next man up. Everybody can talk about fully guaranteed. No one has ever heard Lamar come out of his mouth and say, "I want a fully guaranteed contract."
At all.
So all this speculation about that. So I don't need it. I don't need representation. I have representation. I just don't have an agent. Most agents are lawyers. Guess what I have on my team? A team of lawyers. I just don't have a bunch of guys that are in cahoots with head coaches and GMs to get certain deals done. So that I need an agent thing has nothing to do with it. You know what? You know why else Lamar doesn't need an agent? Because if the Baltimore Ravens walked up to him and said, "I see your value. Let me slide this number over to you real quick," and it's the number that he's been looking for, we don't need anybody to discuss anything. Right. It's a done deal and it's a wrap. So all of that stuff is null and void. And my last point is going to be, you said they're going to say to Lamar, you got a 1-3 playoff record. Now, I'm not even going to bring up the fact that your coaching staff that you hired switched it up on us when we got to the playoffs. I'm not going to bring that up. What I am going to bring up is a quarterback that has an 0-1 playoff record, blew a 20-point lead, a 20-something point lead, and is about to get a $500 million contract. So I don't need an agent to say these things for me because I'm bringing it because when I talk to my team, I don't want anything to get misconstrued. I don't want anything to get watered down. You told me how you feel about me, bet. Cool. I'm a person that wants to know. I don't want to speculate, guess, or do anything. I want to know. So that way, in turn, I'm going to tell you how I feel about you and what you haven't done. And when I bring up all of these things that you haven't done for me, but all of the things I've done for you, what we got to talk about. Yes, I may want 300 million, 230.5, 231 mil guaranteed. But how much money have I made this organization since I became the starter? How many primetime games have I gotten us because I'm the starting quarterback? How much merchandise has been sold because of me? So that 300 million I'm asking for, you've gotten that back tenfold. Absolutely. And we'll continue to get it back because it's not about money with Steve Bisciotti. It's about control.
And yeah, you're right. And the piggyback, what you just said, you're right. Like you said, Justin Herbert blew a 20-point lead. Kyler Murray got to the playoffs.
He had the worst playoff game you could have, and then went out and got a new contract.
Right. And they still surrounded him with weapons and all that. Like I said, Dak is only 2-1 in the playoffs, or 2-3, whatever it is. Like his playoff record not that much better. Like so, it's
he just won his second playoff game.
Exactly. So Cousins got one playoff one, literally one. So it's like, what are we talking about here? Like, so it's like other variables play into playoff success. Like Lamar had 500 yards against the Tennessee Titans, but they had 10 drops. Derrick Henry ran for what? The 195 was sitting there front center. So I'm just sitting there like, man, what the hell?
But people don't want to talk about the 6 runs. We ran about 6 times.
Yeah.
But
I know Mark Ingram was hurt. Not to cut you off, Hendo, but you had Gus the Bus. It was 4-1 in the field goal range. Take your points, Harbaugh. Now you play renegade ball at the wrong time.
That season, we set the record, the all-time rushing record in history for rushing. And you go into a game and rush 6 times, and your head coach showed me a little something recently when he was like, he only ran the ball 3 times this game. You're the head coach. You're supposed to know this stuff. So that tells you the type of leadership that I'm dealing with as a player. But yet and still, I'm getting on this field and I'm still producing in spite of the ineptitude that you put on this field behind me. So why do I need a lawyer to say all of these things to an organization? I'm sorry, why do I need an agent? Because I have lawyers. I have advisors. People want to use the excuse of, well, the NFLPA is using him as a guinea pig and they doing this and this and that. Of course they are. That's what they're designed to do. That's what any business is designed to do. The NFL is designed to take advantage of players. They doing what they've done and what they've been doing for years. So Lamar ain't worried about the NFLPA. Lamar ain't worried about the NFL. Lamar ain't worried about the Baltimore Ravens because he's a different kind of dude. He's worrying about what's best for him and what he wants to do. Everybody want to make fun of his all-in-one gym. Everybody want to make fun of the fact that he not out here uh, acting a fool. But what nobody's saying is, you got this young black man from Pompano, Florida. He don't look like most quarterbacks. He don't talk like most quarterbacks. But he has got to be the most respectful quarterback that you will ever see come across here. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. He ain't causing no troubles. He ain't taking down no pictures. He's not causing any commotion. But everybody got so much negative stuff to say about this young man. And all he said was, pay me what I'm worth. And then isn't that what all sports figures want? Isn't that what all athletes want? Pay me my value. And unfortunately, if we want to get technical with it, his value is a number one quarterback, QB1. His value is running back one. So you take top five salaries from the quarterbacks and the top five salary average from the running backs, and you combine them. And you start from there. If you want to get technical about this stuff, if you as the Ravens want to come to me and ask me and talk about my production and everything, that's my production. Look at my record with me. Look at your record with me. Look at your record without me. And then we'll move on from there. And that's the last thing I'm going to say before I walk out this meeting.
And it's the God honest truth. Like I said, everybody can say we still made the playoffs. No, we didn't. Like we already had 8 wins when Tyler Huntley took over, and that shit was hard to watch, man. Did people not watch that fucking the Steelers game, man? We damn, if it wasn't for Roquan and Patrick Queen, we lose that game.
Like, if it wasn't for Mitchell Trubisky, we lose that game. If Baby Hands would have started that game, we'd have lost.
For sure. Because we couldn't move the ball. And then it was just a mess. Then against the Falcons, I was up there below 0 because the tickets were cheap. Mark Andrews throwing his helmet at him, cussing him out like, "Bro, like, are you scared to pull the trigger? I'm wide open in the end zone with a 5-10 safety on me."
But see, this is one of the issues that I get or that I have with the fan base and certain things that go on. We want to highlight mediocrity. Like, yes, mediocrity is great. My kids got C's in school. I'm a hand clap them, but then I'm gonna pull them aside and say, "Yo, I know you can do better." And that's the only reason I have a problem. People don't realize we played a 4th-place schedule last year. We played some of the worst teams in the NFL and barely made it. And all everybody want to talk about is, man, we almost beat the Cincinnati Bengals. That's all they want to talk about. We almost beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Did we beat them? And if we would have beat the Cincinnati Bengals, would we have won? Was that the Super Bowl? Like, they act like this is some moral victory. Oh, we almost beat the Bengals. Okay, then what? Like, what does that mean? When are we going to start thinking, yo, hey, we had a good year. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. I'm tired of these we almost, we shouldas, we couldas. Like, yo, this is not a good team. And we damn sure not a good team without Lamar. We are a competent team. We are a successful team. But we're not an upper echelon organization. So we need to stop being happy with, we went 10-7, first round playoff exit. It's not what we want. Are we spoiled fans, or am I a spoiled fan? Yes, I am. Listen, I grew up. I'm gonna tell you when I grew up, but my sports teams of the '90s was the Bulls and Duke University. So
all champions.
Just all that decade, I'm just getting, and sometimes in the same year, just championship at the championship at the championship. So, am I spoiled? Yes, I am. When I see greatness, I demand greatness. And that's what this organization has shown us since its inception. Greatness. So I don't tolerate mediocrity. I don't celebrate we almost beat them. We were almost a good team. I don't celebrate that. I celebrate when you have a season like we had in 2019 and this team decides they're going to go all in and say, you know what? We drafted Lamar, but we really didn't think he was going to be this quarterback. None of us did. None of us thought Lamar was going to turn into what he turned into. We thought he was going to be exciting, good for the team. But when we saw he could throw the ball, that's when this team should have said, I'm going all in. I know what our philosophy is, but get this kid everything he deserves, and let's see what happens. Because if we'd have gave Lamar everything in 2020 that he needed, and we were still where we are right now, it would be no questions of, does Lamar deserve a fully guaranteed contract? Does Lamar deserve $200+ million? You know what I'm saying? Because we would know we've given him everything he needs, so we know what caliber of quarterback that he is. People ask me from other fan bases to this day, how good is Lamar Jackson? I don't know. I don't know if he's as good as we think he is or if he's worse because he's never been put in a situation where he's been given a competent offensive coordinator and he's been given adequate weapons to see if he's a top 5 quarterback. So all we can do is speculate off of glimpses and sample sizes. Yeah, like that game against the Colts. Like we talk about specific moments because he's willed this team to victory so many times, but we don't know where Lamar is. And I think that's part of the negotiation issues is the team doesn't know where Lamar is. And they never really believed in him enough to give him what he needed. So they don't know how to pay him. But if you'd have given him everything he needed, it would eliminate all excuses. You know what I'm saying? All excuses would be gone. So now when we sit down at the table and you say, hey Tony, you don't do this, 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 and this. And I'm like, you right. All right, so what we talking about? Oh, we can offer you this. That sounds fair. But because I haven't had that help and I had to carry everything on my back, when you say, Tony, you ain't this, this, and this, I'm going to look at you and be like, what have you done? What have you done for me lately? And if you continue to expect me to shoulder the burden of a franchise, because that's what he's doing, no matter how many defensive players we sign, no matter how many defensive players we draft, this is on Lamar, season after season, game after game. So since everything's on my shoulders, you gonna pay me. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z said it in one of his little skits. You ain't winning any playoff games, fuck you, pay me. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody coming to the stadium, you pay me. And that's, you know what I mean? That's how it is. That's all I gotta say about that. I'm sorry, I ain't mean to rant on like that.
No, it was actually good dialogue. Like you said, you know, how many quarterbacks you can put up on the mound? Maybe like what, two? Patrick
Maybe.
Mahomes and Josh and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, I mentioned Joe Burrow. That's
But
it.
but if you put Lamar in Joe Burrow's situation, they have a Super Bowl.
Easy,
Easy.
no
You
doubt
give
about
him you give him 3 number 1 receivers. Samaje P. Ryan, Joe Mixon.
it. Yeah, because Lamar gets away from Aaron Donald and makes that pass.
It wouldn't even have been that close of a game, bruh.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why everybody tries to say this and that. Or its numbers then got worse since 2019. That's for one. Like you said, his supporting casting got worse since then. Then and then he's injury prone. He's played what 70 something games and started 60 something. That's 90%. So I don't get the whole. It's just the fact that his injuries came at the wrong time of the year, so it feels like that. But like Joy Taylor said, if you had quarterbacks that miss a whole entire year
Yes.
and this and that and miss games, like Lamar's been valuable for the most part. So she said she don't get that narrative.
So right, and the thing that and you know you first of all you know it's we know it's all game. All of this is game. You know what I mean? The the scouts, what's up, Raven? The scouts, GMs, everybody else, they know what the real is. And I've said this before. They want to say, oh, you know, he keep getting hurt, he can't finish the season. It's not the hit. And somebody said this about I think it was rupturing an Achilles or something like that. They was like, it's not the move that you make that ruptures the Achilles. It's what happened 3 weeks prior to weaken your Achilles. So if you looked at the games throughout the season, it's games that we've been up double digits late in the fourth quarter. And they call Lamar to run up the middle. You got to realize taking these hits weakens the bodies. That's why they devalue the running back position. Because once you take too many hits, you start slowing down, you start getting injured. So why are we up 14 with 3 minutes left? And you running Lamar up the middle. On Twitter, the little play that they show where they got Mark Andrews playing QB in the Wildcat, he pitches the ball to Lamar. You constantly keep taking unnecessary hits for no reason. It's going to weaken your body till that one time you get hit the wrong way, you out. Because if you actually look at the Denver hit, he didn't really hit him that hard because he didn't get injured at that point. He got injured weeks before being hit unnecessarily. And then that dude jumping on his back was just a straw that broke the camel's back. So GMs and them, they know he's not injury prone. They know that the way that the Ravens utilize him puts him in position to get hurt.
That's very true. Like I said, because like everybody said, his style of play get him hurt, and that's false. He got hurt both times, dropping back to pass, and we couldn't pick up a backside bandit that was coming free.
You
Well,
mean
not
that?
beat the block and then came free, but
You mean that top 3 offensive line that we got?
yeah. So it's like That's one thing if he took off and tried to run somebody over and hurt, then it would be all with him. But that's not the case. So, you know,
Mhm.
like it's just fans that switched up on him so quick, and it's just so sickening. Then you got people dividing the fan base. Man, you've been fans since day one, man, but they still try to say, "Oh, y'all Lamar fans." Like how you can be a fan of your favorite team and still want them to keep their best player. You don't hear the Bengals. You would never hear no Bengals fans say, "Oh, y'all Joe Burrow fans because y'all want Joe Burrow to take the money." You know how
Right.
stupid that shit sounds.
But that's the Ravens fan base for you. They love saying dumb. They love saying dumb stuff out their mouth. Like
Anybody.
I can't support my organization and I can't support my quarterback, and that's the problem with us. It's never duality with us. We can never do two things at one time. Hey, we Lamar asked for a wide receiver or offensive lineman, and we went out and got him an offensive lineman. Why can't you get him both? And that's the problem. As fans, we've been brainwashed by this organization. We can only do or focus on one thing. I can be a supporter of this organization and I can still love Lamar wherever he goes and want him to be this quarterback because we've seen without him. I had an argument with a little kid or one of my child's friends on Facebook talking about, man, these seats was filled and we was winning and all this stuff before Lamar, so he can go. I said, see, you one of them kids that came around when Lamar came around because you don't remember 2013 to 2017 minus 2015. Shout out Gary Kubiak. You don't remember those years when we weren't winning and the stadium wasn't full. Like y'all don't remember those years. Y'all just know Super Bowl year, Lamar years. They forget everything else.
Yeah. Cal Bowler era was hard to watch, man. Ray Shook wrote with that way how the defense was built. We should at least had two, three more Super Bowls. But yeah,
And
man,
that's
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's why I say defense does not win championships. 2006, 2004 Ravens. Defense was better than the 2000 Ravens. I don't give a care what you say.
I'm gonna disagree.
Justin. Okay, I know you love to disagree with what I say, but just this is what I need you to do, Justin.
No, I
Look,
don't. I do agree with a lot, but that right. I'm sorry. Anytime you can carry Trent Dilfer to a Super Bowl, I
huh?
can't. Trent Trent Dilfer, man. Like, anytime you can win a Super, look, anytime you can win 3 out of 5 games, not scoring an offensive touchdown.
Okay, this is what I need you to do. I need you when you get a chance to do your research. Look at the quarterbacks they faced.
I know it. Spurgeon. I heard it on NFL. When they did the top. That's why they.
Look,
I heard it. They
look at the
played.
teams and the offenses they played.
It's not their fault. But didn't the playoffs? Didn't
No,
they? It's not their fault.
in the playoffs they played who? Brian Greasy and the Denver Broncos.
Brandon, Rich Gannon was a league MVP. So,
Oh, my man Saragusa took Rich Gannon out the game. So you take the starting quarterback out the game. What we went by? 7?
but beat them 16-3.
16-3. But at that time, it was a closely contested game. We were only up by like 3 or 7 at the time. You hurt their quarterback, their Pro Bowl quarterback. I mean, that's just how football was played back then. But let's not act like
Oh, what about Kerry Collins, who just picked apart the Vikings for 41 points the week before?
once again, he was, I don't give a damn what he did against the Vikings. He was still Kerry Collins. And I'm not saying, listen, I'm not saying 2000 defense isn't an all-time great, isn't one of the best teams, one of the best defensive teams ever. But statistically, if you look at the 2004 and 2006,
Those were
with
great defense. Ain't no doubt about that.
right, but look at the offenses that they had to play and the things that they did. We lost in the playoffs to Peyton Manning off of 5 field goals.
15-6. I was there.
We held Peyton Manning to five field goals. Do
And
you think
35,
that
35 completion
as
percentage.
great as that 2000 Ravens team was, do you think that they were holding Peyton Manning to 5 field goals?
All depends on the rules. I believe so though.
That depends on the rules. The rules were the rules back then.
Yeah, I say
So, my whole point was those 2004, 2006 defenses were out of this world. What championship did they win?
yeah,
Did they win a playoff game?
no. 2014 they didn't make the playoffs. We're nine and
That's
seven. We were
and
9-5 last 2 games because fucking Cowboys.
and that's my point. Even back then in a defensively dominated era, the best defense didn't win championships. So now in an offensive league with offensive rules, y'all really expect defense to win championships? We average
Yeah.
13.5 points a game in the playoffs. Yeah, what y'all expect to win with that?
I'm with you. I posted something earlier on Twitter. I said, man, we got to overload this receiver room. I said, man, even with the Odell signing, I said, still get a receiver and still get D Hop. Why not? Why we can't overflow with the position that's been hurting us the most, but we can overflow cornerback and stuff like that? Like, I don't get it. So
That's my point. You focus so much on
what
a
you want?
position. You focus so much on a position to stop wide receivers. You like that's heavily on your mind. Ever since Jimmy Smith been getting injured, we've been heavy on cornerback. But you don't want to focus on who cornerbacks have to cover. Like to me, I'm not understanding that portion of it. You want somebody to cover them, but you don't want people that need to be covered because you think you're going to run your way to a Super Bowl.
But so all right, this last topic, then we get out of here. This was great, man. The Ravens signed Odell Beckham Jr. So just give me your thoughts on that.
Oh, the Beckham signing. That's right,
Yeah,
sir. It's that championship. This is my league championship ring. This is my Pick'ems ring. Gotta, you know what I'm saying? This is my 2012 Ravens ring.
yeah, the
Um,
contest. That shit was horrible, man. That was like a horror movie.
so the signing of Odell Beckham, like I don't want to minimize it because I'm extremely happy that the Ravens actually went out and paid for offensive talent. Like I'm honestly, I don't care who it was. It's just that they took the initiative to make a play for somebody on offense. Like that
Yeah,
to me, kudos to them. Now, the question is it too little too late? Because of course it's a ploy to entice Lamar to come back. It's all a part of that. But 18 mil when the average this offseason has been 11 mil. Yeah, that's been the average for receiver sign this year. Um, it's a little steep. They put the void years on, so if he doesn't get an extension, it's $11 million dead money next year, which is a part of the problem we have year after year as to why everybody wants to know why can't we sign anybody? You know what I mean? I'm happy. Like Odell 5 years ago, awesome. Odell now, still the best wide receiver we got. Like even two
not even,
ACLs later,
not even close.
2 ACLs later, don't know what we're getting from him. He's unfortunately he's the best receiver that we got. I'm happy for the Ravens finally doing something, but we need to do more because Odell is not a number one. He's to me. I'm not gonna say he's not. To me, Odell's not a number one anymore. He has to prove to me he can stay healthy. Like Bateman, I wanted us to draft Bateman. People want to talk about what he could should be. I need to see it because he's been hurt his first 2 years. J.K. Dobbins. Everybody wants to say how spectacular J.K. is, but if you actually put his numbers up on a 3 year period, they're average. You know what I'm saying? If you put his numbers up, if you take another running back over his first 3 years and him over his first 3 years, JK's been average. Now I know it's been injuries and other things, but I need people that I know are going to consistently produce. And none of those three players in the last 3 years have been able to stay healthy. But once again, I'm extremely excited that we went out and finally paid for defense. Now, if
You pay for offense, you know.
I'm sorry, paid for offense. Now, if they'd signed Darius Slay, would they still sign Odell?
I seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt it. But I
Hey,
guess, but
I'm sorry, Raven C just in the chat hating.
I see talking, yeah, yeah. But like you said, yeah, and it shouldn't have took for you to possibly think you're gonna lose your quarterback to do this. Like that's the part that blew me. Like that's the only reason y'all did this because he put the pressure on. Like man, I'm like, man, if y'all don't show me some type of effort, like you signing Nelson Aguilar, I'm like, oh, that ain't gonna, yeah, that wasn't gonna do it. Like nothing against Aguilar. He's been a pro. He won a Super Bowl. Nothing against him. But I'm just saying that's just not gonna be enough. Nobody. He's not gonna scare nobody. Not even a Division three defensive coordinator. So all like, oh, this what y'all doing? Bet. Okay, I'm going back to I'm cutting out communication. Steve Bisciotti, he knows him season ticket holder. That's where he get off of his money at. You think they're going to roll out there and want to go see Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, Cam Newton, Tyler Huntley, anybody not named eight or Patrick Mahomes? No, they're gonna say, you know what, you can have this shit, and to have that stadium is gonna be ghost town. People could talk about diehards and '96, all that, but let's be real. If he wasn't out there, if he not out there week one, they roll out Will Levis, nobody's coming to watch that. Let's be
Okay.
so yeah, so it shouldn't took that. They should have did this last offseason. Like Marcus Williams was a good signing, but why not take that money and go get a receiver? So it's just like it's a step in the right direction. Like still go get DeAndre Hopkins.
That's
Still
what I
go
say.
still go draft Jackson Smith and Jigga. Like, oh, it's gonna be too crowded. So what? So because the Bateman get hurt now, instead of you plucking receivers off people practice squad or go get old ass Sean Jackson or Dez Bryant, you got guys that can come in and make plays. So it's like I was bugging when people was I thought people would be more inclined like you, like, man, that's a good move. Go double down. Oh, the cap, this and that. The cap is cap.
But my question is, what is wrong with having too much talent? I don't understand that. I'm sorry, on offense, on offense. What is wrong with having too many good wide receivers?
I don't get it. It's like they just saying, oh, this, then the third, how we gonna pay Lamar like that? Like if he gets an extension, that's gonna open up cap space, geniuses. So I
So to that one, oh man, Browns are so stupid. They just screwed themselves, and this is the third. Didn't the Browns just open up $30 million in cap space with Deshaun Watson?
yeah, you can always come back to the table. No, Raven, see, that's my guy. I'm a big Dad Bond fan, but I'm just saying, like, we shouldn't have to go pluck those type of receivers mid-season when we could already load it up beforehand. Is what I'm basically saying. But no, Daz is my guy. I always respect Daz. Uh,
A guy from Newark. This is my Super Bowl ring. This is my league ring. I won
he,
my league.
he beat me in the playoffs. He kicked my ass.
Ah, and also, oh no, that was the pick'ems. This is
Oh,
what I beat you for.
oh shit.
This is what I beat you for. This is what I want. So yeah, am I rocking my Super Bowl stuff? Yes, this is my league Super Bowl stuff, bro. Respect.
When
Three
Jalen
time.
hurt for
I'm
a
a three
couple.
time.
I was in the water, man. Damn.
I'm a 3-time champion this season. I'm
Yeah.
rocking 3 championships. And Coach Evans, he coming out with his football. Thank you, sir. Coach Evans is coming out with his football league this season for his patrons as well. And he got the chain. He got the chain. So next season, I'm gonna have 5 championships. I'm going from 3 to 5 next year. So I'm just gonna put it on my wall and have all my stuff hanging. Just be
I'm
ready, yo.
about to call you Michael Hindu Jordan.
Bruh. I'm gonna have to write that down. I'm gonna have to put that as my tagline. Hindu Jordan.
That's it for today's show. Sorry, we started off a little, rocky, little technology issues going on. I'm gonna go and get them fixed. But great show, man. Check out Hindu, Rogue Podcast. Rain Kings. I'm gonna join the Patreon this week. I'm gonna get in fool with them on the West Baltimore Tigs. I'm a West Baltimore guy. So definitely, man, support them. Support 410 Sports Channel, TTB, Josh McConnor, Couch Raider Raven Report. Of course, Deep Cover Podcast with Carrie Stevenson, Michael Crawford, Chris, Sip Two Tallies, Coach Evans. We'll support him. Of course, Lunch Break Hot Take. My man Mike, who I just said OTR Mike, Engraven, of course. He's like the godfather. Be part of Team Keep It Clean. Kevin Ostrick and Locked On Ravens. He's doing his thing with the Locked On Network. So go support everybody in the Ravens community. Like I said, we take time out of busy days, spend money on equipment, to try to get y'all some good consistent content. Oh, and Alex and Sudden Death too, Purple Rain podcast. So go check those guys out, man. Support, man. It doesn't cost nothing to show support, man. It's just a click away, boom. And like I said, we all gonna have fun, and we see y'all on each other's like platforms. Like later on, Hindu's going on Coach Evans show. They do a round table every Monday. I'm still waiting to get it. I'm still waiting to get an invitation. I got wait to put somebody to call out sick, but it's all good, Coach. I know you got me.
Yeah, you need me call out sick. I call out sick anytime. I'm looking for any opportunity not to stream.
Yeah. But yeah, so definitely go check all that stuff out, man. We'll let Henry go ahead and do a little self advertising, then you gonna let
Choo. Oh, okay. You can catch me at the Rogue Pod doing the videos. I do, Saturday night hanging with Hendo, where we do outside of sports. We let the viewers pick the questions that we speak upon. You are all the narrators of that channel. We are just a mouthpiece. Sunday nights, I'm going to get back to doing my live streaming because football is starting to ramp up a little bit. Monday nights, like he said, we do the Ravens Roundtable on Sip the Tally Films. Tuesday, you can find me on Suge Knight's channel, Still Conspiracy. Fridays, you can catch me at 6 p.m. with my man, Mr. Galloway Electric Relaxation, where we talk all things hip-hop, mostly old school, though. This new stuff, I can't really get with that. So, yeah, that's about it. Make sure if you want the ring, the belt, Sign up to the Patreon. We have one spot left in the Dynasty League. If we start getting more people, I might start a second league or just do a regular fantasy league for that. You get a bunch of cool stuff. You get into the Discord where you can talk to other people from other channels. We have content creators help you out. We have a financial literacy that we're starting up so you can make money, helps you make money offline. We just got a lot of good things that we have going on. We're building some things. Oh, and coming up July, late July, August, we are doing a meet and greet. We're doing a meet and greet. So if you are in the Howard County area around that time, tickets are about to go on sale probably in the next 2.5, 3 weeks. Stop on by, come see us. We got some prizes, some giveaways, some food. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much all we got going on for right now.
I'm definitely gonna pull up, man. I'm definitely gonna be there and see all my guys. I'm looking forward to that, man. So I know Hendo can keep me abreast on that. We talk daily, so yeah. So everyone, enjoy your Monday night. Tune in, watch wrestling, whatever you like to watch. NBA play-in is starting tomorrow. My Thunder made it, thank God. We're probably not the full call, but okay. So just make sure, I just remember everyone to trade Talk Ravens all day, every day from your host Justin P. and my Hall of Fame guest Michael Henry Jordan. Love y'all guys, and I'll be back Thursday. With my Thursday stream. Talk about more stuff about the play. Love y'all, and I'm out.